Everybody, welcome to another Wheelchair Wednesday. I'm your host, Wheelchair Rick, and today we got another special guest coming to us all the way from the great state of Tennessee. But before we get to her, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday. All right, y'all, let's give a warm welcome to Beth Lamb to the show. What is up?
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Outside of the cold weather and the, Michigan climate. How about you?
Yeah, I'm over all that. I don't like the cold weather. I'm over it. Ready for spring?
Yeah. Yep, I'm with you there. Well, to stay warm, I'm going to go ahead and crack me a Corona. I hope you don't mind. I know some people do.
No, go ahead.
So, welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday, Beth. I guess you've been a friend of the Wheelchair Mafioso for quite a while. Why don't you go ahead? Let's start it out. Why don't you go ahead and number one question, tell us about how it happened, who you are, how it happened, and what your level of injury is.
I'm Bethany. It's my real name. I go by Beth, but my accident happened in 2020, and I had a vehicle accident that night on Thanksgiving, and I woke up paralyzed, C6-7 quadriplegic.
Yep, that's a hell of an injury. Talked to a few quads before.
Yeah. It's a high level.
Yeah, so you're with you got a sip and puff I see there. Is that what you use?
This, yes. Actually, luckily, I'm actually very lucky for my injury. I have a lot of movement, apparently. I have movement in my arms and stuff, but I can't move my fingers. I can move my wrist and stuff. So, yeah, I use this to drink.
Oh, okay. Nice. How long have you been in a wheelchair? How long have you been injured for?
5 years.
Dang, so you're probably right around the same as me then. Yep, I was 2019, right 2020. Let me ask you this. What is your biggest pet peeve about being in a wheelchair?
2020, right when COVID hit.
Oh, I think okay. Did you get it?
Honestly, I don't like the sympathy. Yeah, I don't like the sympathy that I get. I'd rather get like more understanding than like, oh, poor thing, you know.
Right.
I'd rather someone try to understand my situation than feel bad for me. So that kind of gets on my nerves. But I understand why people feel bad. I guess I would if I was in their situation too. But
right. Yeah, it's kind of a thing I've noticed that, like, in the 80s and 90s growing up, they always told you don't stare at that person, leave them alone, just keep walking, you know what I mean? But you're never going to learn anything that way. You're always going to be afraid of them that way, people like in wheelchairs that way. So that's why I kind of live with, I'm a loudmouth. I'm like, hey, man, this is my joystick to my wheelchair. People love that. They get a kick out of that all the time.
People don't understand, we're not really much different than you are. We just don't walk.
Mm-hmm.
We're still people, and we still have feelings, and we still are unique in our own way and all that good stuff.
Right. Yep. I'm still a human. My legs don't work. Dang it.
Yeah.
What is your biggest fear about being in the chair?
Health problems. Honestly, I'm afraid my lungs are gonna fail on me, or I'm gonna die of high blood pressure. That's my biggest fear.
Right. Clarissa says, "Hi, mommy." Hand pink waving. I'm guessing that's like an emoji.
Hi, Clarissa.
Yeah, we encourage families to watch it, and that's what's fun about this show, Yep.
Yeah.
And we got a small lag going on. It could be my fault. I don't know. Who knows? It's just one of those days. It's been going in and out. Hopefully we get everything here. But let me ask you this question. This is a big one everybody wants to know about. Tell us about your dating/marriage situation.
Okay, so before my accident, I was with my current husband for 4 years, and when my accident happened, I feared the most that he would leave me, like not accept the fact that I was in a wheelchair, maybe not be attracted to me. I just feared him leaving and, our family being torn apart. But he stayed with me and he took care of me for about 3 years, almost 4 years. And then we started getting help, trying to get help from a caregiver and stuff. And that's helped a lot. But we're still together and we're going, March will be 9 years. So this will be our 10th year together.
Right. Give you a round of applause for that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Austin, for that. Thank you, Leanne Scott, for that. Appreciate it. New followers, new likes, all fun stuff. So for him being around, he kind of was with you, beforehand, right? And then stuff happened. He thought he was going to leave, and he's still stuck around, huh?
Yeah, he actually showed up on the scene of the accident. So.
Nice. Well, not nice, but that's nice that he stuck around. Yeah. Brittany Beam says, hello, and thank you for taking time to interview my sister. Love you, Beth.
Hi, Britt. Love
you. Yeah, I noticed, being with somebody, even if it's like a friend or something, when you go through something like that, it's really important to have somebody you trust and by you, kind of with you, so you're not alone through the whole thing. I remember when I was in the hospital, man, I kept looking for my wife, my fiance wife. I'm looking around like, where'd she go? Is she here? She left? Because right beforehand, we were rocky, kind of. And I was like, oh, this is a perfect shot to get the hell out of here. And nope, she didn't. She stuck around, so, yeah.
I wanted to see my kids, but in all reality, I really wanted my husband because that's my best friend. And, he's always supported me and been there for me, so.
All right. Let me ask you this. What about, what's something that you wish you could do that you can no longer do?
Number one is just being, I guess, active with my kids and stuff. But I also really miss cooking. I used to love to cook, and I was really good at it. So I've helped my daughter learn how to cook, and I get my enjoyment from that, so.
Okay, nice. And Melissa Horsley says, Mama loves my Beffer baby. Just so the world can know that.
That's my mama.
What up, Mama? What about
I love the mamas.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. What about if there was one thing you could fix about your paralyzed body, what would it be?
Probably the sexual stuff. Honestly, because I just want to be able to be intimate like that with my husband again, and without problems in between. I realize that you can be sexual and stuff with a spinal cord injury, but there is complications sometimes.
Right.
And but yeah.
I don't know who's there watching. Could you tell them to turn that down a tad though? It's kind of loud. I just don't want it to like back up into the feed or whatever.
Turn that TV down.
Yeah, I totally feel you there. It's one of those things, like anybody that's like, I hear stories all the time of somebody that's injured from like the waist down, right? And they still get their ab muscles and they still get all that stuff. Like that's like totally night and day to even, like for me, I'm a T3, T4, so I'm like chest down. I can feel certain things, but it's definitely not the same. And I feel like it's different for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely different. And it's not even about the sex part, it's just being able to climb in bed and cuddle, things like that. Just be able to be there with them differently, I guess.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I feel like part of us, like when that happens to us, it's almost like we shut down. Like one of my guys in a rehab, I was like, well, I can't go all that time without doing anything, right? Like, it's not healthy. And he looked at me and this is exactly what he said. He said, well, what about the monks? Monks do it their whole life. I'm like, bro, now I'm a monk? What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, don't tell me monks do it. Get the fuck out of here. But it's It's something where we kind of do. We put it out of our head. You know what I mean? Because like if you can't do nothing about it, why worry about it? And your mind switches. But
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
believe it's part of being human. You know what I mean? We can't just completely forget about that part. It's like it's still a
Yeah, it
thing.
still
You know?
comes and you think about it. You think about it occasionally. It's not something that stays on my mind all the time, you know.
Right. Right. And it probably differs per person. I would imagine guys more than girls. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Girls might be crazier than guys. But
Never
it's out
know.
there. It's out there. I'll tell you that. Um, what about this? What's your pain level like?
Uh, I normally stay like in a 5 or 6 range of pain in my hips mainly, probably from just sitting down forever.
Right.
But yeah, mainly in my hips. Sometimes I get it in my neck and shoulders.
Do you have any hardware in your body?
I do, but I really couldn't tell you what it is. My husband can. What hardware I got?
He's like, oh, you
I know
got
I
your
got some
fuses.
rods
You
and
got
stuff.
fuse rods. You got this here. You got a spring-loaded action reliever joint in the back where I hit the button and your arm does this. I made the doctors put that
Bunch
one
of
in. That'd
metal.
be funny. Right. Yeah, no, I got a couple rods with some metal and stuff, and you can really feel it when the cold weather comes in. I never thought my grandma and I thought my grandma and all them were crazy when they were like, oh, I feel the weather coming in, the rain, but no, you can really feel that shit. It hurts.
Yeah, it hurt.
Um, Let me ask about this. What helped you the most during your injury? Like getting like right afterwards when you're in the hospital. What was the thing that helped you the most?
When I was in the hospital, my family made me a collage that hung on the wall, and it had all the pictures of like me and my kids, me and my husband, you know, my mom and I, my dad, you know,
Right.
my other sister. It just had everybody on it, and it hung on the wall next to my bed, and I just stared at it every day, and it just kept me going because I couldn't give up because they need me and I need them. So
Right. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I had a mine my collage was a Team Ricky B sign that everybody signed. They had a memorial for me like a not a memorial but like a I don't know, like a concert thing where they had a bunch of people come and perform and they had people sign all my stuff and they brought it to me in the
right.
hospital and I remember watching it was a benefit and I remember watching it from the hospital live. Like I couldn't believe all these people came together for me to help me out, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
It's crazy.
it
People
really means a lot with you.
Yeah, I was going to say people show the most when the hardest times happen. Um But on the flip side of that, a lot of those people now, you say, "Hey, I'm over here hanging out, come chill," and everybody's gone. It's like, well, I guess thanks for coming to see me when I was almost dead. Appreciate you, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I definitely feel that. They only care when something's going wrong, you know. Yeah,
right,
I feel that.
right. So yeah, it's real important to actually see. It's kind of one of those things where you see where your real friends lie. You know what I mean? Where your real people are.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Melissa says she was in the hospital for 60 days during COVID. I got out right as that shit happened. Man, I got lucky.
Yeah, I was in there during COVID and couldn't have any visitors. I didn't see anybody the whole time.
Yeah,
It
that's horrible.
sucked really bad.
I can imagine.
Definitely made me stronger doing it being by myself, I guess. But
Right. What about traveling? You like traveling?
I do. I like to get out, but I don't get to get out as much as I would like to. Of course, that happens.
Do you have like a special vehicle or whatever?
I did. Actually, I just got surprised with a new wheelchair, not brand new, but a new wheelchair van that is safe and stuff to get my family around. My mom surprised me one night and showed up with a van on the back of a U-Haul trailer, and I was like,
Nice. We got to
okay.
give one of these for mom.
Yeah,
Yeah, good job,
I
mom.
had an awesome moment.
Yeah, shouts out to mom helping out.
She's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I think with me, I got lucky. I don't know. I feel like everybody gets it's some people get more than others, obviously, and it's weird how shit happens. Like for me, I didn't realize that I had full auto insurance coverage, but like I was just getting ready to take it off this van that we bought because it costs so much money a month, and like I was bleeding me dry. But you have to have it for so many years. So we were just at the cusp, and I was getting ready to get rid of it, and then my accident happened. So being under full coverage car insurance, they paid for me to get my wheelchair. They paid for my van, which is like
Wow.
$74,000. I paid $5,000 of that, but still. You get so much more, and it's like, I think it's like it's great for me, right? But like it sucks for other people because I'm like, dude, not everybody can get that. Like, if you fall off a house and you break your neck,
Yep.
you don't get nothing. Like you get medical insurance, which is bullshit. Even if you had full coverage car insurance, my case manager used to make the joke of, well, if you would fall and then hit your car, that would count. Your insurance would cover that. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I don't know.
That is
It makes
crazy.
me mad to think about, but it also, you know what I mean? Like I'm glad I have it, but it's like I try to use what I have to help people out, but it just sucks to see the world the way it is and so many of people like us suffering, you know what I mean? Like that can't get basic stuff.
It really breaks my heart. Some of the people I see there on Facebook and stuff. You know, we think we got it bad, and then we see somebody else, and we're like, damn.
Right.
You know,
It really
I
puts
wish
you
I
into
could help that
perspective.
person.
Right. What about this? If you could go back to the time that you got injured, I love this question, and you could not get injured and you could switch it all around and live the life the way you were living then, would you do that? Or would you stay where you're at now with the knowledge and the stuff that you know now?
That is a really hard question.
It is, isn't it? It's one of my
Um,
favorites.
I would I would go back if I could keep the knowledge that I have. But
Mm.
I feel like I became a better person, and I understand like people more, I guess, and stuff
Yeah.
now that I'm like this than the way I was before. I don't know.
Yep. No, I'm with you.
I feel like I'm a better person.
Yeah, like it only took me like 3 years after that, and I was
But
like,
my
yeah, I'd
family
stay
would
there.
answer that as they would go back to the way it was.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they would answer it that way. Yeah, I feel like they would answer it to go back the way it was just because we could do more together. So,
Right. Yeah, it's a tough one. It really is a tough one because you look at life now, and it's almost like you have a different appreciation for it. You know what I mean?
I do.
To
And
stop
then
and smell the
you see
roses.
other people, and it's like, it aggravates me, like, how ungrateful and things people are about life and just their general life. It's not even that bad, and they'd be bitching all day about it, you know? It's like,
Right.
come on, you know, look around, you guys, it ain't that bad.
Right. Hey, it could be
So
worse.
if my life ain't that bad, then your life ain't that bad. That's the way I feel about it.
Yep. I do
If you're
agree.
able-bodied and you can go to work every day and, you know, live a normal life, then your life isn't that bad. I
Right.
know everybody's got problems, but
Yep. I'm with you. What about what do you do for hobbies? What's your biggest hobby?
I like to paint.
Nice. Yeah, I
I
see a
paint
lot of
on
people
canvas.
that paint. You ever do those like paint things with those guys that do those paint stuff on SCI Life?
No, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, Amanda Barnes. I'll put in a good word for you. Her and then a couple other guys do it. I see them. They do these classes where they'll all hang out in Zoom, and they'll all get the same picture, and then they take turns trying to do what like the leader's telling them how to do it, and then they kind of just come up
Okay,
with their own painting, and then everybody shares their painting at the end. It's pretty cool.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
well,
like that.
yeah, we'll have to get you in touch with her. She'd be happy to have you. Um, Now, what about fitness and diet? What do you do for that? I know we could all get better being fit and healthy, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. I could definitely move a lot more. I started getting physical therapy, so that's helping, and I've just been trying to get back into moving around and stuff. But my diet, My diet's messed up. I don't follow my diet. I just eat whatever pretty
Yep, that's me. Eat
much.
whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, it's too easy
Yeah.
too nowadays. You know what I mean? If you're hungry, it's easier to just stop, grab something, and wharf it down than to go cook it, turn on the stove, do this, clean some pots and pans,
Yeah.
clean a bunch of dishes just to get dirty, and nobody wants to do them, and you got to sit there and do them. Now, what type of chair do you got? Do you know what it's called?
Yeah, I have a Permobil M3.
M3. Okay. Do you have a name for it?
I don't have a name for it. Do you have a name for your wheelchair?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
I call my wheelchair Johnny Number 5.
Johnny number 5. So you've had 5 wheelchairs?
No,
Or no?
so it's like kind of it's an 80s joke. Back in 1986, they came out with a movie called Short Circuit. It was about a robot that was a military robot that gets hit by lightning and comes to life. Well, he's got like tank track, for wheel or whatever, and he's like a wheelchair, but he's on wheels. It's cool. I got the idea, and I was like, that's what I'm naming my first wheelchair. So, it's if you're from the 80s or like early 90s and you've seen that movie, people get it. Only a certain amount of people get it. Not everybody does. All right. Last but not least, I have for you, what would be your best piece of advice that you could give somebody that's newly injured?
My best piece of advice would be to try to look at life differently. Don't focus on your injury and appreciate the fact that you're still alive, because life really isn't that bad. You can make the best of it. It is what you make it, regardless whether you're paralyzed or not. You can have a happy, healthy life.
Right. Absolutely. You heard it here, folks. Another one in the books. Miss Beth Lamb, we appreciate you coming with us tonight, hanging out. Now, if people want to follow you and, social medias and stuff, where do they go?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, yeah. If people want to follow you and, see where you're at, what do they do? Where do they go?
Well, I'm on Facebook, Bethany Lamb on Facebook, or you can find me on TikTok. I've got a lot of videos on there about spinal cord injury and stuff. I am SCI Hero 20 on TikTok.
SCI Hero 20 on TikTok. Got it. Awesome. So this is what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and I'll link everything to the description later on tonight once we get done doing this. And that way everybody will have it. But besides that, Bethany, stay with me. Everybody else, thanks for watching. See you next time here on Wheelchair Wednesday. Hope you had a great time. See you.